Part 3 of looking at the career personnel decisions surrounding LeBron's career. Before we cross over from Cleveland to Miami, I think we need to look in and just go down a little nostalgic walk of the 2010 offseason. There has never been before, nor has there been since, this level of free agent talent available and this many teams with cap space. Miami cleared like $45 million in cap space, the Knicks 38, Nets 32, Bulls 31.5. The Wizards had space, the Kings had space, like a third of the league had a max salary spot available. And there were some really legitimate options available and being looked at, so I just kind of want to go over a couple of those real quick. One of the first options to fall was the Brooklyn Nets, who had space for two guys, and there was talk that they might be able to try to free up space to get all three. They were heavily involved in Chris Bosh trade talks. The Raptors were very amenable. They really wanted to get something back for Bosh. They kind of knew like it was coming to an end. But what ends up dropping them out of the race is they don't win the draft lottery. They end up falling from first to third, and instead of getting John Wall, they get Derek Favors, who Toronto would still want, but LeBron didn't want to play with Favors. He wanted to play with John Wall. Similar to the Wall situation, there was the Chicago Bulls. Young point guard, up-and-coming team. LeBron seemed seriously interested in them, as did Dwayne Wade. Only problem is they both wanted to play with Chris Bosh, and Bosh didn't seem so excited about Chicago. Now, I'm a Michigan man, Midwesterner for life, but I understand Bosh had just spent a few years in Toronto. He wanted to get somewhere warm or just a much bigger market. All of the reporting at the time was that Bosh had a preference of New York, Miami, or Brooklyn. And I know the Nets were still in New Jersey, but Prokhorov had bought the team and there was already talks that they were moving to Brooklyn. Bosh's preference also prevented the Cleveland team up between him and LeBron, which was a real thing, and Cleveland thought they had a deal worked out should he agree to come to Cleveland. Eventually, both Bosh and Wade commit to Miami first and kind of put LeBron in this position of you can come to Miami, or you can go back to Cleveland, or you can team up with Carlos Boozer and Derrick Rose in Chicago. There was also some Knicks talk, even leading into the decision day, that he could go team up with Amari Stoudemire there, which I think would have been really fascinating to have LeBron on either Chicago or the Knicks with some other stars going against Wade and Bosh in those first couple of years. But ultimately, if we're asking, did LeBron make the best decision to try to get the most championships, teaming up in Miami with Wade and Bosh, I think that's got to be the best choice. Maybe if he's in Chicago, Derrick Rose doesn't blow out his knees, but that was just so much of a play style thing that I think it still happens.